This question is from Levi, and it says, I want you to guide me regarding my negative thinking. I can barely overcome this habit of mine. This habit is getting the worst of me. Sometimes the situation isn't as tough as I imagine. This sounds like a cognitive distortion called catastrophizing. So, in psychology, there's something called CBT. It's a technique that most therapists use. And it works with cognitive distortions, which are errors in thinking that make you sad, that make you have these negative thoughts basically, and make you feel bad. There are 10 main cognitive distortions. So one of them is catastrophizing. So thinking, for instance, the worst in a situation. Other ones are black and white thinking. Because I did this mistake, it means I'm a failure. So you fail to see nuances of gray, for instance. Or overgeneralizing. Oh, because this person broke my trust, everyone will break my trust. I will actually put a document with all 10 cognitive distortions so you have access to all of them. So for you, what's really important is that when these negative thoughts, when these cognitive distortions come up, like black and white thinking or catastrophizing, is to write them down on a piece of paper and then start questioning them. Start questioning your own thoughts and kind of try to find contrary evidence to it. So just to give you an example of how you could work through this, for instance, with catastrophizing, right? Let's say I have an exam and I'm thinking the worst. So, oh my God, if I fail this exam, I'm going to fail all my courses, I'm going to become homeless and die. So write down these thoughts on paper and start questioning them and start asking yourself, okay, if the worst case scenario happens and I do fail this exam, what will I do? Oh, I can retake it maybe next year or in the summer. Or, worst thing, let's say I fail my course, I can get a job and do this. Or kind of like finding alternatives, finding plan Bs for the worst possible scenario. Then think of the best case scenario. What if I do pass this exam because I'm studying for it and I have proof that I have passed other exams? So think of the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, and then think of the most realistic case scenario, which is, I have proof that I have passed most of my exams, or if I failed one, it's not the end of the world and it's gonna be okay, I'm going to be fine. Same with other cognitive distortions. So overgeneralizing. Because I did this mistake, it means I'm a complete failure. And then start questioning it and finding contrary evidence. No, for instance, I didn't fail when I did that thing, or when I graduated, or when someone asked me to do something and I did it. These are all moments in which I succeeded, and there are other moments in which I failed. So it means I'm a complex person that is both, succeeding in certain things and not succeeding in others. So that doesn't make me a failure. So ideally, you want to become your own life coach in a way, where you can question your own thoughts. So instead of a therapist or a life coach questioning your thoughts, you write them down so you get more clarity and you start questioning them. I hope this was helpful, and I'll also put a document with the 10 cognitive distortions so you have a bit more detail and information about each of them.